Welcome to Millennials on the Move, and we have another great interview for you guys. Our special guest today is Tiffanie Vendryes.
Hi.
So before we get into her business and why we're actually doing this interview, for those who've never seen Millennials on the Move, I feature millennials starting businesses. They're taking initiative in their niche, and they're deciding that they want to become their own boss. We are the innovation generation. So I'm just going to ask her some personal questions, so we can get to know her and get familiar. So, what do you like to do? Tell us about yourself.
I'm from New York, and I moved to Florida 8 years ago, and I started teaching math, high school math. What I like to do, I like to travel. I've been to about 24 countries, Europe, and the Caribbean, and Australia, Africa, South Africa. So traveling is a big one, and then I'm learning Spanish, and I'm learning to play the piano, and just regular stuff, comedy shows, concerts, tailgating. Tailgating is a big one, so if you're into tailgating, let me know.
Tell us about your business. Like, what is it that you do? What is your entrepreneurial journey? What does that look like?
So I'm in the business of real estate. I'm a realtor, and I help buyers find the home of their dreams, and I help sellers sell their property for the highest value possible. And I also work with investors. I have clients in DC, in New York, Texas, so all across the states, mostly from the East Coast because that's where I'm from, and they're looking to invest down here. So that's what I do.
Okay, so what made you get into it? Like, was it like this is a great thing that's happening in the market, or this is something that I personally want to be a part of?
It was both. When I was growing up, my family, they had rentals, and I always saw how having rental and having the income was a great opportunity to build wealth. So from a young age, I knew that I wanted to have my own rental properties. Then when I moved to Florida, I moved in the middle of a recession, so it was a great opportunity to buy. And then since I was buying properties, I bought a couple. I was like, I need to get my license. So then I got my license,
right.
And then I help people buy houses. And so I liked it. I've always liked it. I like math, I like investing, I like wealth building. So it's good.
Right. So wealth building, I think, is one of the things that it's passed down, right? So it's it's a family legacy. And if your family doesn't particularly know much about wealth building and things like that, this may be a little difficult for you, but knowledge is power, So if this is something that you're interested in doing, research it, like it doesn't have to be an untouchable, situation that you can actually enter into. Like she said, this is what she's seen from growing up. So she took her initiative and she decided, this is what I know that will build wealth generationally. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you. It's about everyone that comes after you. It's about your family. It's about your legacy. And she chose to dive into that. So what is a challenge when it comes to being in this particular business?
One of the biggest challenges is because it's sales, even though it's investment and it's math, it is a lot of sales. So it's challenging to do the prospecting and have the discipline to call for sale by owners or call expired listings. It's a lot of phone calls. It's a lot of follow-up. It's a lot of work, actually.
Right.
So that's just the challenge of doing. It's not hard. It's just time-consuming and tedious.
Right. Have you ran into any situation that made you feel like this isn't worth it? Like, I don't want to do this anymore. People aren't responding to me. I'm not getting this. So have you ever felt that low? Because I know it is sales and it's investments and things like that. But when people don't respond to you, how do you navigate those feelings?
Yeah, I've had people hang up on me. I go door knocking, and I've had people not even open the door. I've had people not take my business card. Yeah, it happens. It's sales. It happens. And if that were something that was going to deter me, then I wouldn't even get into sales.
Right.
So those things happen. It's
right.
just a part of the business.
Right. So FYI, if you're going to get bogged down by things like that, maybe this isn't for you. But if you tough it out, like she said, it's hard work. And if you're willing to put in the work, this is what I'm getting from what she just said. Things are going to get hard. They're going to get challenging. And you're not always going to get yeses. It's going to be a lot of no's. But if you see this being a wealth opportunity for yourself, then you should just stick at it. What keeps you going? What is a high point for you?
So I like seeing my overall wealth increase. So So I have my properties and I can see their equity. I'm not even doing anything. It's the loan is going down, the price is going up. So my actual equity, how much I own, is increasing. I'm not doing anything. So that part of it is nice to see. And then when I help someone close a deal or find a house, I just had a client the other day. She found the property that she really wanted in the location that she wanted for the price that she wanted for all of the things. She wanted a whole bunch of stuff, and we got it for her, all the inspection contingencies and the credits. We got it all. And so being able to do that for people is very exciting.
Right. Do you have a specific way of doing your sales? Like, do you get super personal? Are you super to the book? Like, how is your approach when you are meeting your new clients, or how do you win them over?
So with new clients, I like to be as detailed as possible and forthcoming with information. And I like to involve other people in the sale as well. So for example, if it's a buyer, I like for them to talk to the lender and get all of their questions answered in regards to financing, because I'm not a mortgage broker. And so if they have any questions on down payments or interest rates or credit scores, all of those things, I like to have them talk to whoever it is that is going to be able to answer their questions. So if they have questions on contracting, they want to know what is this that came up in the inspection report, okay, I will get you someone who can answer those questions for you, because I'm an expert on actual just real estate and the process of that, but it has so many pieces to it, and I don't try to be an expert on all those things. Right.
So what's very important about that is, I feel, when it comes to real estate and when it comes to sales, people are so used to being taken advantage of, right? And I think it's an uncomfortable position to be in your position and not know every single last thing, but it's nothing to reach out to someone that is an expert at it. It doesn't take away from your expertise, and it doesn't take away from your sale, because you're getting the customer what they want, right? And they're getting the most right information. So what's also important is to understand, when you don't know something, ask somebody. Ask someone who knows exactly what you don't know. You know, the last thing you want is to make a sale and then for the client to feel swindled. You know, have you ever run into skeptical clients and not wanting to do the whole, like, go through a realtor? They want to do it on their own. Like, have you ever run into people like that, and how did you, win them over?
For buyers, not so much. Buyers will use a realtor because it's free for buyers. Sellers will try to do it on their own. They want to do for sale by owner. And after a couple of weeks, they'll realize that it's not as easy as they think it is. It's not just putting it on the market and now it's sold. There's a lot of things that happen in the background, and buyers usually go with a realtor. So if you're a seller and you're not willing to work with a realtor, then you're cutting yourself off from all of those buyers that work with realtors. So if I run into people that don't want to work with a realtor, I just follow up with them, and usually they come around.
Okay. Great things that she said out of that is, buyers usually contact realtors and sellers don't. If you're trying to sell anything, you can't do it on your own. Is there like a particular quote that you live by, or what keeps you going? Is it family? Is it, just like you said earlier, it was wealth? What is something that keeps you going? What is something that you can give to them to make them motivated?
There is a quote that I think I got from one of the books. I read a lot, so one of the books that I read, it was discipline is giving up what you want now for what you want most. And that is so good, because it works for business and for personal. It's like, if I see a piece of cake, it's like, yes, I do want that right now, but what do I want most? So same thing with business. It's like, okay, I would rather maybe go to the beach, but what I want most is clients. So that in this moment, I need to do what's necessary to have what I want most.
Right. What is a book right now that you think will inspire, motivate, and capture the mind of a business person, like especially millennials in our age? Like, what book do you feel like you need to be telling them, this is what you should read right now, to kind of change the way their mindset is and the way they've been thinking?
One of the best books that I've read is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And it just goes into interacting with people and the psychology of people. And it's just a great book for focusing and being proactive and thinking in terms of win-win, how can everybody win, thinking about what the other person wants as well as what it is that you want. It's just a great book.
So I want to thank her so much. Thank you.
Thank you
for being a part of this opportunity, because you are not only helping me, but you're helping every millennial who wants to start a business, who are doing the stages that they need to do. They're doing the research, but all you guys have to do is just do it, okay? If you have a business, you have an idea, you're thinking about realty, she's going to leave her information. You have any questions, I'm pretty sure she will have no problem answering them. So at the end of this video, stick around to get her information, and we'll see you next interview.
Bye. Hi, this is Tiffanie Vendryes with Keller Williams Realty. I service the South Florida market, and if you want to get more information or if you need any help with home ownership or real estate investing, please contact me. My number is 917-376-9269, or you can email me at tvendryes@kw.com. My Facebook and Instagram is Tiffanie Realtor. Thank you.